This is episode 6 of my review of Muscles and Magic. The anime is on Netflix right now. You can go check it out yourself if you want, because there may or may not be spoilers in this, but most of the time there's kind of is, there kind of isn't. Also, if you're liking this format of these videos, please do let me know down in the comments description comment box down below, because I've enjoyed making these. They're a little bit more lighthearted, since most of the animes I review on this channel are a little bit more like heavy and hard-hitting. This is one of the very first ones that was a little bit more like comedic. But with that out of the way, basically what we end up seeing is this guy ends up coming in and he's like, hey, so I'm gonna have to give you 10 punches of my magic, 5 punches of my magic, because I want you to protect this girl. So he ends up going through, taking the hits, hit after hit. He ends up still getting back up, which you can do the exact same thing with yourself. He gets hit a dozen times. Well, what really pisses me off is guys that are hypocritical like you. I just wanted to completely mess you up. Marsh ends up coming in and like taking on the dude. He's like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? He ends up grabbing all the things, beating the dude up, hits him a couple of times. I can't win. Like, what's going on with this dude? He ends up sitting down, and that's where just like, you're going to endure 10 hits, right? And the other guy, he kind of freaks out. He's like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I'm going to endure 10 hits. I can't endure 10 hits. Like, that's not something that I can do. Like, he's already so weak after only one hit. Marsh ends up hitting the other thing like a wave, because he thought that alien, like, thing, not even alien, scorpion looking thing, would like slow Marsh down, but Marsh just like slaps it away like it's nothing. He ends up getting the star to be able to get the gold token at the end. Everybody else is kind of freaking out. She ends up telling like people of like, oh no, I was so scared, like I couldn't do it, I'm such a terrible person, yada yada yada. She's like, it's all right. And he's like, I'm equal to women. They end up going through this whole little spiel. They say the things that they need to say about how like this whole Magia Lupus is the one that's acquiring all the tokens and the coins. Marsh is like, oh, okay, well, this is what a gold coin looks like apparently. So he ends up getting the magic power. He's like, oh wait, so we have this whole different thing. It's like the sorting hat in Harry Potter. He ends up telling him, this is what I was saying, like having tunnel vision, focused on like what it is that you want to think about. All Marsh thinks about is cream puffs. He ends up making like a giant leap in judgment, trying to figure out what Marsh wants. He doesn't know what it is. He ends up saying all these different things. And he's like, all right, yep, you're going to be in this group. And he's like, okay, yep. So that's ends up how we end up getting there. He ends up going into the house. You see this other person. He ends up getting turned into a fucking doll and things like that, because apparently this guy has magical doll powers. But I don't really understand any of that stuff. He ends up coming through, grabbing the horse on the little head, does the things that he needs to do, talks about the person that he needs to talk about, grabs the magic coin. They end up going through on their little magic journey. And yeah, from there, we just get to see this whole different experience of how Marsh is actually like a really nice dude, and he's just here to help him stand up for everybody else in his friend group. He has one tunnel vision focus, which is something that I'd highly recommend you do as well too, is like having tunnel vision focus in your own entire life, whatever that may be. If you're just focusing on your cream puffs, on your goals, on your ambitions, on your drives, and just doing more and more of that, and not being discriminative towards women or anything like that, and treating them equally when they do poor things. This guy, he's still like a little upset about the things that are end up happening to the woman, and then she ends up coming in and like being all nice and kind to him, and she's like, help, like, thank you. He appreciates everything that he did. And now like Marsh, if you see right here as well too, he has such a bigger group of friends than he originally had in the beginning, because he's just being a nice guy. Other people are drawn to him for the things that he does. And through that process, they ended up getting more. Like, he has this person as a friend, she has a friend, him as a friend, him as a friend. It started first with him, and then went to him, and then it went to him, and then him. You don't really see the other guy all that much, because he wasn't all that important, other than that one set scene. But that's kind of been my little grip with this whole anime too, is like, you get some people don't stay, some people they do. It's just a big fucking joke at the end of the day. But if you like this type of video and you want to see more, you can subscribe to the channel for a bit more. I know these videos are a bit shorter than some of the other ones, but like I said, I wanted to try something new, see if something like this resonates with some other people. If it does, cool. I'll keep doing these. If not, I'll probably go back to doing what I was doing beforehand, or try something new, because it's all about creativity. It's all about experimenting, testing things out, trying things that are a little bit different and new. And it's exactly what they're doing with this anime. Like, they tried something new. It's like, oh, everybody's magic, and now there's this one person that isn't magical. So like, let's see what ends up happening. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed. I think that's about it. Yeah. Talk to you later.